The Grand Canyon is 277 miles long and a full mile deep. It took the Colorado River between 5 and 6 million years to carve this chasm into the earth. For anyone planning a trip here, that staggering physical scale creates a logistical problem. You have to navigate the tension between the high-traffic, paved safety of the rim and the high-risk wilderness waiting at the bottom. Descending into the gorge is a physical journey back through 2 billion years of Earth's history. Geologists explain how this environment was formed using the acronym DUDE. First came the deposition of rock layers, then the uplift of the Colorado Plateau, the downcutting of the river, and the ongoing erosion widening the gap. This environment presents a deceptive spectrum of risk and effort. Because the geography changes so radically from top to bottom, deciding exactly how deep to go is the single most critical choice of your trip. We can map the options on a simple chart. Along the bottom, we measure the physical and logistical effort required. Up the side, we track the level of wilderness immersion and solitude you get in return. The vast majority of visitors land in the top left. Sticking to the rim requires almost zero physical effort, but you sacrifice any real isolation. On the extreme opposite end, reaching the inner gorge demands peak physical conditioning and massive logistical planning, but it delivers maximum solitude. Between those two extremes lies a vast middle ground where most injuries actually happen. We call this the day hike zone. The danger here comes from a visual disconnect. People see majestic photos of the canyon floor and assume getting there is just a long, casual walk downhill. Your chosen position on this chart dictates every piece of gear you pack and every preparation you make. Surviving the canyon means honestly matching your itinerary to your actual capabilities. Let's look at the first path, the casual sightseer. This route relies on the NPS mobile app, the park's free South Rim shuttle buses, and miles of flat, paved walking paths. This zero-friction access is built right into the cliff edge. Historic structures like Kolb Studio were explicitly engineered to hang precariously over the drop-off. Sticking to the top gives you access to high-end hospitality and dining. Places like the Bright Angel Lodge completely remove wilderness survival from the equation. The benefits here are clear. You get guaranteed, highly accessible views of iconic vistas, plus immediate access to educational exhibits like the Yavapai Geology Museum. You also get to experience the rim's rich architectural history. Mary Coulter's stone Desert View Watchtower adds serious cultural value without requiring you to hike. The trade-off for all this convenience is the crowd. You will share these views with thousands of other people, observing the canyon from the outside rather than existing within it. If you want to escape those crowds, you enter the path of the ambitious novice, descending just a few miles below the rim. This path introduces the reverse mountain trap. This graph compares physical energy against trail elevation. Instead of tackling the hardest climb while fresh, this grueling 5,000-foot climb happens at the end of the day, when your energy hits zero. The physical toll on the human body is severe. The long descent heavily strains your knees and toes, leaving you battered before the cardiovascular hike back out even begins. Then comes the thermal threat. In the inner gorge, shade completely vanishes between 10 a.m. and 4 p.m., while temperatures routinely break 105 degrees. In this radiant heat, your sweat evaporates instantly. You might not even realize you're sweating, which leads to rapid, silent dehydration. Even slight dehydration quickly degrades your mental capability. Poor decision-making sets in, and accidents on the trail become far more common. And the weather here is chaotic. It is entirely possible to suffer from heat stroke at noon and get caught in chilling hail or a flash flood by the afternoon. Stepping 1 mile below the rim requires the stamina of an athletic endurance event. Overconfidence here carries a brutal physical penalty. For maximum isolation, we look at the Backcountry Optimizer. This visitor hikes all the way to the river, staying overnight in the inner gorge. This path comes with strict bureaucratic requirements. You must submit detailed itineraries to the Backcountry Information Center, outlining exact daily movements and emergency contacts. This paperwork exists because of a harsh mathematical reality. Perennial water sources down here are incredibly scarce. You will spend endless hours searching for water, or you have to carry your own supply. Water is heavy. It weighs exactly 8 pounds per gallon, adding a massive physical burden to a pack you still have to haul out. You also must be prepared for self-rescue. Park rangers deal with a massive area and other emergencies. so carrying satellite communications is an absolute necessity. Despite these intense modern burdens, the historic allure of the Inner Gorge is undeniable. The river has captivated explorers for over a century, offering a scale of human vulnerability you can't feel at the top. Actually navigating that river is a completely different operational challenge, requiring its own complex lottery permits and specialized Coast Guard-approved flotation equipment. Unparalleled wilderness solitude is waiting at the bottom, but the price of entry is extreme physical output, heavy logistical planning, and assuming total responsibility for your own life. Let's compare gear, risk, solitude, and bureaucracy. For the rim viewer, risk is near zero, but solitude drops. The day hiker sees a massive spike in physical risk. The backcountry explorer requires maxing out gear,